Hi there guys, so I'm actually going through a slight redesign of the office space, so you'll see changes in the background soon. But yeah, at the moment I'm just going through a few changes. Obviously I've been a little bit quiet over the last couple of weeks, mainly the last 7 days. There's been kind of an airdrop season going on, so I've been posting like crazy in my Patreon. So the people that are in my Patreon group, repeat everything you said.
to repeat it, not word for word, but
pretty much word for word.
Pretty much word for word.
So let me introduce just that bit again. So for the B10X YouTube subscribers out there, we are just on a call now to do with the Arbitrum airdrop, and for the people that are subscribed to Patreon, these are guys who are subscribers. So over to Kirk.
So I'm a nightmare for failing the most simple of tasks and not carrying out quite direct directions on regular occurrences, to the point where when I went to make my last trade and it wasn't a simple case of the funds were in the right place to continue the trade, I stopped, haven't looked at it since. On the basis I've just pressed 2 buttons on one website and had a $1,600 income off 2 hours of work we did in September, I'm now much more inclined to simply check the chat, of which you can give clear and concise instructions as to when to buy, when to sell, what to buy, what to sell. When it's going to be prime to buy and prime to sell, then actually I probably wouldn't need as many children to generate as much child benefit as I do. Thank you, Mr. Sunak.
Or signing up to the airdrops that I'm announcing in Patreon. So if that's something that you like, Patreon link is in the description. It's just £3 a month, and you can read or go and adopt any of the airdrops. Go and sign up to them, and you'll earn way more than £3 that you pay me. Just on that note, obviously with the Arbitrum airdrop kicking off recently, I've been able to trade a lot more, and I'm actually diving into the Arbitrum network more over the last 7 days or so. So there's lots more coming, there's lots more news that I'm going to be posting out on the group. But I just wanted to kind of explain with the manipulations in the market, with Justin Sun being arrested, just going over some articles. The SEC did a press release about the suing of Justin Sun, not the arrest, of Tron Foundation. Basically, he's doing fraudulent manipulation of TRX's secondary markets. Sun, who is named the Grenada's ambassador of the world by the to the World Trade Organization last year, tried to artificially inflate TRX's trading volume through wash trading. The CEOs, they're not regulated. Crypto's not regulated. It's still early, but there'll be ways, or there'll be new companies coming through where they say, well, okay, we're not regulated. We don't want to be centralized, but we are going to be law abiding in terms of they're not going to sort of eggshell around or tiptoe around the SEC or any of the laws that are going on in the local countries. If the US do decide to start banning crypto, most of the headquarters are actually based in America anyway. And it actually opens things up to the UK. So all they'll do is just move the headquarters over to the UK. So the UK infrastructure of crypto is primed to take over if America do start dropping any of the adoption for crypto. So it's quite exciting for me where I am. I'm in the UK. And with everything that's going on with Binance at the moment, only a small percentage of trades actually happen in Binance. So Binance, if you're probably not aware, was already banned in the States. So you've got Binance.us, which is a very small part of the trading capital that's actually under Binance's portfolio. Binance itself is away from America. So with all this FUD that's going on with CZ, and the price didn't actually drop, I think the market cap for BUSD dropped about 4%. The crypto market didn't actually suffer that bad, so I'm looking at the charts at the moment, and people are scratching their heads saying, why didn't Bitcoin collapse? Why didn't Ethereum collapse? Mainly because Binance doesn't do most of its trading in the States. So most of this VPN noise that's going on with WhatsApp messages under Binance, saying that, okay, you are in the States, but you can use a VPN to trade outside the States. America are now trying to ban VPNs, but I don't think that can't be worldwide. So the company that hosts the VPN network can have you hosted anywhere in the world. All they'll do is stop hosting in the UK. So, in the States. So I'm scratching my head a little bit about VPNs. If VPNs got taken down, you've got remote desktop. Somebody in America can hire somebody outside of the States with a remote desktop and trade that way. So it's kind of, there's ways around, I'm not saying laws, but there's ways around trading and being able to take token picks and so forth. So lots of noise going on in the background, and I just wanted to go over the trading side of it today. So like I said, lots of FUD going on over the last few weeks. I'm just going to pull up a chart and I'll go over what I'm seeing with the value area lows, value area highs, where we are in the markets, and to show you what I'm seeing with market Cipher. So I'm just going to zoom out slightly. Let's take it to the daily. I'm just going to reduce the momentum waves. So you've got this area right here now. You've got the highs and you've got the lows, and we're bounced up to the highs, bounced back down to the value area, low area, which is called, and bounced back up to the highs. Now this is Ethereum. There is a chance, I'm seeing order blocks placed down at $1,400, $1,250 and $1,100. Now generally, when we go back into the bull market, these may have been collected. So if I scrunch the chart up, you see all these little order blocks down at the bottom. I don't think we're going to come down here again, but you can see that there's lots of liquidity to grab at the top in the next value area high. So this would then be the next value area high, then this would be the next value area low. So we're looking at somewhere between $2,400 and $4,000. 4,800 being the high, which would be the top of the last bull market. So we've got huge amounts of liquidity above the price to grab. So there's a good chance that if I get rid of some of these boxes now, let's get rid of all the noise. So I've just removed some of the noise there, some of the market Cipher signals. So there's only so far we can come along this price before we either reject again. So we're at quite a critical price at the moment, and potentially come back down to take the 1400 area. Now that would be a potential black swan event. Dropping $400 on Ethereum would drop even more on Bitcoin, potentially pushing Bitcoin back down to $20,000. Now when we did go back down there at the beginning of March, I did think that we would stay below it for a while and maybe come down to the 16,000 area. But although that's still possible, we are at the top of this range. Again, we've got this value area low on the previous cycle, then this value area low, we come along, then this then becomes the value area high before we go up. Now I'm just going to stick the fixed range on so you can see what I'm seeing. So the absolute base of Bitcoin, again, is the $16,000 area, which is where the order block is. I do think this could be snatched before we go back up into the bull market. So there could be a dramatic drop at some point from, maybe not this price, but if we do come down and grab this, there may be a quick snatch down to this price before we go back up. If we do ignore all of this, then chances are we take a position back to these areas. So you've got this cluster and this cluster. So it would bring you back up into this range. Okay, so then we would pop up into here and bounce between the $32,000 range and the $50,000 range, going into the next part of the cycle. So that's where I think we are at the moment. We are at a critical level with Bitcoin, and we are at a value area high at the moment, which could go higher before we come back down, or we reject this once more, come back down, and then go back up. So I hope you like this start of video, guys. Lots of FUD, and the FUD is not bringing the price down, which suggests that we should or could go up even higher from this point. Again, I hope you like this video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.